There you go. So I'm going to talk a bit about Welland this evening. I'm hoping that everybody knows a bit about Welland. Do we have lots of Welland enthusiasts here? Woo! Good. Okay, that's going to help. Now, the first thing you need to understand, and this may surprise you, but I wasn't born here. And I actually don't live here. I live in Waynfleet, as it was introduced there, and I don't know about you, about whether you know about Waynfleet, but if you live there and you're one of the community, you're known as a fleeter. And I would be a fleeter, but I've not yet slept with any of my cousins, and so I don't qualify. There's two reasons for this. One is, just from where I come from, it seems a touch incestuous. And the other is that all my cousins are men. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I would do it in order to be a fleeter, but also they're not very progressive out in Waynfleet. So if I did, I would be a member of the club, but they'd also have to burn me at a stake. So I've been going one way or the other, decided to stay alive. But I have been learning about Welland. While I've been down here, a lot of the comedians here, they live in Welland, they've been telling me about the place. And one of the fascinating things is, I was told the other day, Welland used to be one of the richest towns in all of Canada. And it was rich, had the railways cut across Welland out to the US. There was a canal that accessed the whole of the rest of the world. And also they had cheap electricity coming in from Niagara Falls. So the place was incredibly rich. And that gets you thinking, doesn't it? Gets you thinking, what the fuck happened? So I did what you would normally do, a person of my age. I went to the library to read about the place. Oh, seriously, we don't do that anymore. I asked Jeeves. Yeah, a few people get it. I'll tell you what Jeeves is. Anyway, I didn't even do that actually. I went to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is what you do nowadays. Even old people like me can do that. And I went to Wikipedia, and I am not joking. The best thing that it could say about Welland was that if you live in Welland, it's quite easy to get to Port Colborne, and St Catherine's. Now seriously, look it up. That's what it says. And you know, that really is the best thing about Welland. You can escape from it easily. The worst thing about Welland is one of the places you can escape to is St Catherine's. Like, this is desperate, folks. So what's been going wrong? Well, Welland, since being the richest place, has developed a skill at losing things. So there used to be a road that came through Welland. Now you can go from St Catherine's to Port Colborne without even noting Welland exists. Although some tourists have been known to ask why there's a Walmart in the middle of the countryside. Have you noticed any trains going through Welland recently? I tried to find this train station. Not been here for a very long time. But its real achievement, and you've got to say this is quite staggering, is there used to be a canal called the Welland Canal, and it even lost its own canal. Now, it was also pointed out to me that there was an upside to losing the canal, because the two halves of Welland, east and west, used to be cut off from each other with a very different culture, because the roads were always up as the ships came through. And when the ships were redirected down the new canal, and they didn't come through Welland anymore, the two parts of the town were able to integrate. So the decrepit and derelict western side was brought together with the dilapidated and dingy east side to create a deserted and desolate whole. The reason it was deserted and desolate is that they'd managed to lose all the shops. They had fled north, desperately trying to get into Font Hill. They failed, and the good news is, they're actually quite easy to get to from here. And the other thing Wikipedia tells you is that the second thing Welland is famous for is that one of the two people that invented the game Trivial Pursuit came from Welland. Now, you may not know what Trivial Pursuit is, but in the days not long ago, when we didn't have smartphones, families used to sit around the table and talk to each other. And one of the ways that conversation was stimulated was that they would play board games. And board games would build family coherence, it would give them the opportunity to work with each other and understand each other. Trivial Pursuit was invented to destroy all of that. It was deliberately put in place so that families would fall apart. There were Southern Baptist, children of Southern Baptist priests that actually could declare that they were in love with the goalkeeper in their soccer team and create less of an argument than the fight that would take place over whether Columbo's Christian name was one name or another. Now, and that was Trivial Pursuit for you. But the interesting thing is, although he was born here, he didn't develop the game here, had to go to Nova Scotia to develop the game. The good news for Welland is it's actually quite easy to get to Nova Scotia. And there is a rumour that he didn't even invent it. There is a rumour that he stole the idea from someone that he got in the car with when he was hitchhiking in Nova Scotia. And the evidence that was presented for this was evidence from his mother, because mothers are very reliable witnesses of what their sons have done. I went on holiday with my mother and brother once, and my brother is the most suspicious looking character in the world. If you wanted to define what a drug runner would look like, my elder brother was that person. I would search him every time. So we come to customs with my mother and brother, and the customs officer takes my brother over to one side because he wants to search him. My mother is so indignant at the idea that someone could think that one of her sons would ever break the law. And her indignancy was such that she went up and berated the officer until she let my brother go, which was really lucky because he was somewhat overloaded with brandy. and he was also underage, so it would have been somewhat embarrassing if he'd been caught. Anyway, I now always take my mother on holiday with me, and it has been extremely profitable. So, as you said, I don't come from Welland, I actually come from Wainfleet. The good news for me is that it's actually quite easy to get to Wainfleet from Welland. And Wainfleet actually is famous. Wainfleet is famous because it is rumoured that there is still a family of cougars living in the Wainfleet marshes. So whenever I'm walking my dog in that region, I'm always very careful because I don't want to end up as a snack for some animal like that. Now, interestingly, Welland also has a family of cougars. They can be found in Mr. Mike's on a Thursday night. I actually feel quite safe there. They are hunting for much fresher meat. But I do feel here as I bash Welland that I'm a bit like, and I don't know whether people will get the reference, but John Cleese in acting as the head of the People's Front of Judea in The Life of Brian, and he's bashing the Romans, and there's people there are coming back in there saying, well, it's not fair, they did some good things for us, and I think Welland does some good things for us. So, for me, I'm a rower. It has the flat water centre, and it's just fantastic rowing. Some of the best in the country. For Kelly, there's a large value village. Gives him plenty of choice in his clothing. For all of you lot, there is the Rose City Comedy Collective, which should be enough for any town, because it's a fantastic place. Give us a cheer for the collective. And seriously, folks, if that's not enough for you, it is quite easy to get to St. Catherine.